Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. There's an article titled Ripple Slowing XRP Sales Could Be a Catalyst for a Massive Price Surge. I think this will be a fun thing to just run through and dissect a bit here. There's lots of points made in this. So this will be the bulk of what I cover in this video, but before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, and you believe that there could be a massive price surge one day, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. You'll be in good company here. So XRP, the cryptocurrency with close ties to fintech company Ripple, had a rough 2019, posting yearly losses of over 40% that came about in tandem with a general rise seen by Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Well, the altcoin market clearly wasn't hot in 2019, generally speaking, so hopefully 2020 will be better regardless. Anyway, many analysts and investors alike had pinned the crypto's bearishness on Ripple's quarterly token sales, which appeared to have been a major catalyst for losses due to the extreme selling pressure these sales placed on crypto. Let's go ahead and dissect that, because you know that's complete bunk, and Moon Lambo ain't gonna stand for it, damn it. In terms of new XRP entering the ecosystem, first of all, Ripple is not an issuer of XRP. It was already created, and then the issuers, which again, there's the creators of XRP, that all happened before Ripple was even a company. So the XRP ultimately did get issued, and it was a huge chunk of it was sent to Ripple. Obviously, okay, we know that, but they were not the creators of it. So what you're looking at when you consider what circulating supply is, when you're looking at like Live Coin Watch or Coin Market Cap, those websites don't consider Ripple's escrowed holdings to be in circulation, even though that should only be the case if Ripple were actually an issuer of XRP, but they're not. So I think that's messed up in the first place. Like I don't like the way they're calculating circulating supply. And you could say, okay, but it's in escrow, so it's not in circulation. Okay, but it was considered to not be in circulation prior to the escrow, and they're also not tracking escrowed cryptocurrency escrow for any other cryptocurrency, period. And they're also not tracking escrowed XRP that's held by other entities or individuals. It's just Ripple's. So already right there, just the way that they're manipulating what they're calculating as market cap, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you, boy Moon Lambo. I'll just say that right there. So again, as far as the pressure that's put down, think about the amount of XRP that is being sold. It's almost nothing. It's what was it? I forget the percentage now. It was like 70 or 80% less in Q4 compared to Q3 in 2019. It was like nothing, and price did what it did. But consider this. As far as the amount of Bitcoin being mined and entering the ecosystem, in terms of both dollars and percentage increases, Bitcoin, there's more Bitcoin entering that ecosystem than there is XRP being introduced into the ecosystem because of Ripple selling some of their holdings that come out of escrow. So if you think that has any sort of meaningful effect in terms of price action, the data says otherwise. So the data does not indicate that. So, I mean, I'm sorry, anybody that believes that, you're just mistaken. Arm yourself with knowledge so that you can stop having opinions that don't make no damn sense. And then as P continues, new data now suggests that the company is grinding these token sales to a halt, as Ripple's Q4 XRP sales marked the smallest quarterly sales seen in nearly 3 years. But will this be enough to bolster a fresh uptrend for the cryptocurrency? Yeah, well, consider this too. Here's another point worth considering. Think about the tremendous run-up in XRP price from late 2017 specifically into roughly mid-January 2018 when XRP hit its all-time high of nearly $4 per XRP. That was happening while Ripple was selling XRP and selling substantially more than they are today. So that's another reason that you can it's clearly easily to illustrate that Ripple is not in any sort of meaningful way impacting the price of XRP by the sale of their escrowed holdings. Now, the backlash that resulted from the company's token sale was frequent and unwavering, with many investors resenting the fintech company due to its actions, potentially being the source behind the cryptocurrency's bearishness throughout 2019. Well, I already just debunked that, so it's part of the article. I covered it. But I will add this, though. there aren't many in the XRP community. It's really a minority viewpoint in our community that believe that Ripple is in some sort of meaningful way impacting the price of XRP in a negative capacity by selling the XRP. It's most of the hubbub around this whole concept. It comes from Bitcoiners, Bitcoin maxis, because they just want to paint whatever narrative they want to paint that's negative. Because they're tribal, and you know how maximalists are. It appears that Ripple was receptive to the criticism, however, as new data elucidates that their Q4 token sale was the smallest seen in almost 3 years. That's actually not why. You know what the reason was? It was because as far as the actual data that they were relying on from CoinMarketCap to determine how much XRP volume and liquidity there was, all of the metrics out there that they're tracking, they realized that there was a ton of fake volume out there, and as a result, they're like, oh, well, we better adjust how much XRP we're selling. And again, and not that what they were selling was even prior to this reduction, and not that it was impacting any sort of measurable way, because it really wasn't, but they still have these metrics that they want to track, and so they chose to reduce it. And that was the reason for that. Here. All right, now, where's the quote? Okay, Ripple only sold $13 million worth of XRP in Q4, which is the lowest sum sold by Ripple in almost 3 years. Huge difference from the all-time high of $251 million in Q2. Despite that, the price of XRP has declined by 22% in the same time period. Larry Cermak, the director of research at The Block, explained in a recent tweet. And that's the tweet that's on your screen right here. So again, huge difference from the all-time high of $251 million in Q2. Despite that, the price of XRP has declined by 22% in the same period. So what might that tell you? And mind you, Larry Cermak, I've highlighted him on the channel. He gets in the news from time to time. He is very anti-Ripple and anti-XRP. He could not be more against it. And he thinks that it's XRP is a security and this and that, the whole 9 yards. He's Mr. Bitcoin Maxi right there. Okay. Well, why might you think, okay, so they reduced the sales, but the price kept going down. Might that tell you, might that be another indicating factor that Ripple selling XRP is not contributing to the negative price action that we're seeing here? Okay. Can you put the pieces together? This is not rocket science here. All right, so here's another subheading. Will the decline in token sales spark a massive rally? It is important to note that 2020 has so far been a great year for XRP, as the cryptocurrency has been able to climb from its recent lows of under 18 cents to highs of 25 cents, before declining slightly to its current price of 22.6 cents. And as I record this, I think it is a hair under 23 cents. It is possible that Ripple's Q4 token sale will mark a turning point for the cryptocurrency, as they may be shifting their funding strategy away from selling tokens on the open markets, thus giving the crypto further room to rally. So you see the narrative here. The reason that the XRP price is low is because of Ripple. No. In fact, without Ripple, if they weren't part of the ecosystem, I already debunked the whole nonsense about them suppressing price by selling XRP, but consider this. If Ripple, say XRP is created and then Ripple ceased to exist however many years ago, what do you think the price of XRP would be right now? Might it be lower than it is today? Might XRP not be number 3 in terms of market cap? I think it's reasonable to speculate that's probably the case here. All right, Galaxy, a popular cryptocurrency analyst on Twitter, explained a tweet from yesterday that he believes XRP will climb up to 30 cents in the near term. And you can see here's the tweet from @GalaxyBTC. He writes, XRP looking ready. It's a strong possibility that XRP's 2020 rally could just be getting started, as investor confidence is likely to grow significantly if Ripple continues to lessen their quarterly sales. And so I got to tell you, the narrative, it's nonsense, and it's a very unsophisticated way of looking at the ecosystem, because it's much more simple than that. You know what the truth? It's simply that XRP is following the price action of Bitcoin. Now, I understand there are these back and forth cycles too, so there's more to it than that. There are altcoin dominant cycles, and the Bitcoin currently, even though its dominance has been decreasing as of late, it was, what is it now? I think it's, I'm not going to pull up for the video, but I think it's around 66%. And in 2017, maybe it was 2000 or early 18, it got down to somewhere in the neighborhood of 33%. And historically, what you see is altcoin dominance and Bitcoin dominance teeter-totter back and forth. And if you just look at a damn altcoin market cap dominance chart, and you can see that. And I have no reason to believe that humans are beginning to behave any differently. And we're at this inflection point, or it should be if history is to repeat itself, where altcoin market cap dominance should be rising. And that is what is going to lead to XRP price rising. Now, it's not financial advice. I'm just sharing an opinion because I do not have a financial background. Don't buy or sell because of that. But that's the way that I look at it, and that's what makes sense. So this is really almost 100% speculative here, and that's fine because it's a nascent asset class, and people are just figuring all this out, and it's a lot to consider. There's a lot to digest here, and so that's what's actually going on here. But this narrative about Ripple selling this and that, and so that's why I kind of want to run through this and just debunk this thing. And it's nice that they had this positive concept that saying, hey, XRP price might go higher, super duper, but you're not acknowledging the real world reasons that the price of XRP is what it is today. And that really grinds my gears. All right, next here. This is from fellow XRP YouTuber, Digital Asset Investor, and he wrote mic drop. And so I was like, oh, I want to know. I like mic drop moments. What is this? So I clicked on it. There's this tweet, and he retweeted this. This is from at Rhythm Trader, and there's a little video clip that goes 2 minutes and 19 seconds. And I was like, okay, what the heck am I looking at here? And I couldn't tell at first. But as it turns out, it's a video clip showing money being printed here. And that's what this is. It's just printing money. And so Rhythm Trader wrote, and they say Bitcoin is created out of thin air. So there you go. There's actually money being printed right there. But anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for stopping by. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!